let's see if I can get this a little better here. There's that, and we can go like this. Oh, there we go. Hey, my name is McLean, and this is the NM Music Channel, and this show is just for you to learn how to play jazz, mainly for the trumpet or flugelhorn, or mainly for anything like that, but really for any instrument. I'm going to talk mostly in concert pitch. If I accidentally forget to transpose or not transpose, then forgive me. So, yeah. My company is the NM Music Company at www.nm-music.org, and we do a bunch of new stuff right now where we have a lesson studio, we have a performing band, the NM Jazz Tet, same website if you want to check them out, or they're also on my YouTube channel as well. Yeah, but the purpose of these videos is every single day, I'm going to get on here at 3:30 p.m. I'm going to answer your questions, most of all, I guess. But secondly, I also have a practice plan that I'm going to issue once a week to subscribers that are not subscribers through YouTube, by the way, but subscribers through my website. That gives you all the materials that you need to practice along with me for about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, maybe an hour. Heck, if we're having a good time, I'll stay on all night long. So, yeah, check it out. www.nm-music.org. So yeah, let me tell you a little bit about my company, who I am. I'm Nick McLean. My company and my YouTube channel is all about anything and everything related to the modern musician, from performing to education to running your music business. I love it all. I love doing music things. I'm a full-time musician. It's pretty much all I do. I get up in the morning, I play trumpet, I take my dogs for a walk. They're chilling out right over here. And yeah, so these videos are designed to help you to achieve that kind of stuff. Like, I want you to be a modern musician, no matter what level. If you choose to do all levels of being a musician, like running a music business and getting gigs and booking gigs and trying to get new students and helping out students and building a business plan, man, good for you. But I'm hoping I can help everyone and anyone out with my channel here. Like I said, today, if you're just joining us, today's chat is about the upcoming series I'm releasing starting Monday, February 18th, 2019 at 3:30 every single day, weekdays. I'm going to be doing a live practice session, or a live group lesson, I should say, a live group lesson of how to play jazz. Basically, every single week, once you're subscribed through my website, www.nm-music.org, you will be able to get access to the materials each week, and we'll be making materials live in the lesson. And today we're going to be doing a little bit of that in preparation for our first show on February 18th, right? So check it out. Today's our goals today, right, is to get on live, tell you guys what we're doing, let you know about these live music lessons. I think it's a new concept. I haven't seen anyone do this. Basically, you pay $2 a week through my subscription service on my website. It's a secure payment. Everything is handled through Squarespace and Stripe, so there's nothing to worry about there. But every week, your credit card or whatever you use gets charged $2. You get a link in the email, and you will get a link to the files. Actually, you will get a link to an open file system. So throughout the week, right, as we create and add new materials to our lesson, right, you will get those files added to that system. So you can join us live and ask live questions, or you can watch it later, because these videos, they save to YouTube. So it's pretty easy to get them rolling and have a collection of how to play jazz. So going on. Yeah. Check that out on www.nm-music.org. Excuse me. Kombucha. So, going on. The first thing I really wanted to get done with today's live session is to just experiment with how it works, get you guys interested, put a couple of these videos out there. I'm going to try to get on. Today is Thursday, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday even. And Monday, hopefully in preparation, we've built up a little bit of a following, even if it's just one or two people. Yeah, I'm really hoping that you guys will get on and try to learn some jazz with me. The cool thing is, once you're here doing these lessons in each lesson plan, like I said, each week is a new lesson plan. Once you're on here and you're actually talking, you're participating in the lessons and leaving comments if you're participating after the fact. I want you to be able to leave a comment or a live chat suggesting something that we work on next week. There's no particular order. It's just each week is one new topic. I make one lesson plan for each week, and we're going to shed it out through these live lessons and practice sessions, I guess I should say. Yeah, so today, let's figure out what we're doing on Monday, February 18th, when our first show streams live. Let's see. The first thing I wanted to get done is to sit down and write out our practice goals, right? Our first week's practice goals. And I think we should keep it simple. That way a lot of people can be involved, and I think we can get a lot of people playing their instrument. And like I said, I play trumpet, and mostly most of the stuff I'm going to write it out as if it was meant for a trumpet. I'm going to write it in concert pitch, don't worry. But if you don't know what that means, I think you're going to need a couple more lessons before you join us. Maybe. I think, you know what, I take that back. If you don't know what that means, bring it to the first lesson. Bring it in here. I'm going to explain concert pitch. Just say, hey, Nick, I have no idea what you're talking about. I want to play jazz, but no idea what you're talking about with concert pitch. That gives me an idea. That gives me an idea where you're at lesson-wise, or I guess developmentally wise, musically. So yeah, our first goal is to sit down and to write out our lesson plan, right? So let's do that. What is a great goal for the first week? Let me know down in the comments. I think that'd be really cool, or over in the live chat if you're here. If you're joining us after, down in the comments, of course. Let me know what you want to hear about on Monday, February 18th, and I'm going to try to, if I have enough time and I write one lesson plan and you guys all want to see something different, heck yeah, I'll do something different. Yeah. So my idea to get everyone involved is to learn the progression, the blues progression, right? The 12-bar blues progression. So I'm going to get my lesson plan out. I have a lesson plan preloaded here on my computer. And I can walk you through it verbally as well as we're going through this. And as I write this and as I go through this, I'm hoping that you guys will give me some input or comment down below if you guys are watching beyond the fact. Let me know, do you think these exercises will help you achieve our goal of learning the blues progression? First of all, we got to get the lesson plan out. If you guys haven't seen my video on lesson plans, I have a great lesson plan. It has 6 steps to include everything that you need to get practicing. And yeah, it is a revolutionary way that I get my students to practice. I think a lot of times when my students are practicing, they skip over certain things, and having this written down on a practice plan eventually is actually going to be put into a book. I'm going to have a book ready for this. I'm talking to the binders now, to the people that are going to bind it together so I can sell it as a book. But either way, this practice plan I'm going to give you guys on Monday when you are here back February 18th at our first official show, learning our first official topic, which as of now is the blues progression. Yeah. So I think that gives you guys enough information to get started. Let's pull up a note here on the computer, and I think we're going to design the first the first thing. So number 1, if you watch my video, you guys know the most important thing about learning to play music. If you haven't watched it, I'm telling you, that video really gets you guys knowing what it's like to play music, what it's like to be a musician, and what it's like to run an efficient practice session, I should say. The efficient practice session is my thing. I want you guys to go into the practice room and come out knowing something. I don't want you to go in and perform in the practice room. I want you to go into the practice room and practice. All right, so number one is always listening. Listening. Writing that down. And so your listening assignment this week is going to be the Kenny Dorham Blues. He's a trumpet player from 1960s, 70s, 50s, the bebop time, the hard bop particularly. He played a lot with Horace Silver. He played a lot in the 60s with a little bit with Art Blakey. He's one of my heroes. Seriously, Kenny Dorham. He's, gosh. So the main song we're working on this weekend, the main song we're working on this week is a Kenny Dorham tune called Blue Friday. So I write that down. I'm also giving you the assignment to listen to the rest of that album that it's on. Find the original album, listen to that, and tell me what you think about it. Leave it in the comments down below. If you're live listening right now, write that album down. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Like I said, this is Monday's assignment, and this is kind of like a pre-release right now. If you're just joining us now, it's a pre-release of what we're doing on Monday. So, next, hitting, got to get rid of, there we go. Number two. Number two is always maintenance, right? And in the maintenance section, like I said, if you watched my other video on how to build a lesson plan, the maintenance section is always about maintaining some skills that you need. I'm going to kind of try to use these maintenance sections to help learn these songs or the goals of the week, right? So our main goal, I forgot to actually write that in. Let's see if I can get that written in. Our main goal is learn the minor blues. Now, actually, we'll do the major blues progression. No, the minor. Should we do minor or major? Let me know in the comments below. Are you guys more of minor blues fans or major blues fans? Do you guys know the difference between the major blues and the minor blues? I hope. If not, we have something to talk about next week, right? Learn the major blues progression. The cool thing about major and minor is you can usually play any of the minor stuff over a major blues. It doesn't work backwards though. You can't play major stuff over minor. The way it works is those minor notes, the flat 3 and the sharp 4 really are the blues notes of the scale. So this song is a minor blues song, Blue Friday, that we're learning this week, but we can play it over the major blues, which is the topic of this week, is learn the major blues progression. We're learning a simplified version. I think we're going to even say like level 1 or something like that. Writing that in, let me know, hey, let's learn level 1. You know, if you never played the blues before, here's where we're starting, right? So you advanced guys, if you guys are here and you guys are already playing jazz, let me know some tunes you want to work on, because I guarantee I'm not going to do 2 easy songs in a row. So learn the learn the major blues progression, and we're going to do level 1, easy intro kind of thing. We're also going to go on and go into our listening, which is Kenny Dorham's Blue Friday. That's the main listening of the week. I want you to go and listen to the rest of the album. It's really important that you listen to the rest of that album as well. It's a great album. If I could look it up, tell you guys what it is, what it's on, but you know what? That's just part of the listening challenge right there. Go and find that album, Blue Friday. It's original album. It's not too hard. Type it in Google, Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get it done. Listen to that whole album. Listen to it on repeat. I just released a whole video on listening, actually, the 3 levels of listening. So if you guys are interested in using listening to aid and help in your practice session, it's a really good idea, by the way. Go and check that video out. It's on the same channel. Just check it out. Subscribe, comment, like or whatever. I don't even know what you guys got to do that. Just find my channel and listen to the 3 levels of listening. It's pretty interesting stuff as far as how to use listening to get better at practicing. All right, we're going on. We got our maintenance routine. For this one, as a trumpet player, I always have long tones as part of my maintenance routine. And to aid out in our blues progression learning, our long tones are going to be in the order of the blues progression, right? So we have 12 different long tones in a row. So we're going to go root progression of the blues. So using the long tones, we're going to play in the root progression of the blues, and we're going to hit two birds with one stone here. So make sure you are using your root progression of the blues. And if you don't know what that is, we're going to have to keep going on. And by the end of this lesson, I think that's going to be probably one of the first videos, is learning the root progression. On Monday, February the 18th. Oh, yeah, if you guys are joining us right now, I'm Nick McLean, and this is NM Music, the channel about anything and everything related to the modern musician. This live channel every day at 3, this live broadcast every day at 3:30 p.m. in Central Time is all about learning jazz, particularly as a trumpet player, but it goes to everyone. All right, so we got the root progression of the blues. That's our long tone routine, and that's probably going to be Monday's essential focus. We'll see. If you guys have other questions, let me know. We might get 2 things done on Monday. Who knows? 2 of the maintenance routine is articulation, right? I want you guys to do a chromatic scale backwards, right? It doesn't really matter if you go backwards or forwards. It's all about the chromatic scale. For trumpet, it's about using the air efficiently and how to use the articulation to help us out and expand our range, expand our playing ability. All right, so we're just using chromatic scale. Nothing too fancy. We'll see if we hit this one this week. We might talk about it once or twice. 3 is your lip slurs, right? I kind of do lip slurs a little differently. There are special lip slurs for trumpet, but being a jazz channel, a lot of times I will turn my lip slurs, as long as my exercise can have lip slurs, into either triads or into seventh chords, which are 2 different types of chords that you can use to improvise over, to play over. Those are the basic kind of chords of music. So we're actually going to use 3 different kind of chords, 3 different triads this week, and this will be a whole nother lesson. If you guys don't know what triads are, check in. It's an easy lesson. Check in here on well, it's probably going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday by the time we get to triads, triads of the blues. And like I said, our overall goal this week is just to learn the major blues progression. We're not really doing too much fancy stuff with it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Once you know it, you'll be able to improvise over the major blues progression a lot better. So lip slurs is going to be major triads, and we're going to simplify it a little bit more. It's actually going to be root, or let's see, we're going to do concert B flat, concert E flat, and concert F major. Like I said, if you guys don't know what concert means, hit me up in the comments, hit me up in the in the live chat here. I'd be happy to take some time to explain that as we work through those exercises here coming up next week, February 18th, the official start date of the NM Music live stream daily show at 3:30, all about learning jazz. Yeah. All right, number 4, the 4th maintenance exercise I always give to my students is scales. And this week we are learning the major blues scale, right? I think it's important, and you'll probably hear this lecture again on whenever, the day we get to scales, the time we get to scales. On this day, when you're here working on these scales, the important part, when you're playing a major blues, use the major blues scale. There's a lot of teachers out there, especially a lot of classical teachers, that try to teach the blues. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. If you don't know how to play the blues, don't teach the blues, right? Join my channel. Learn how to play the blues. Don't teach the blues to the kids the wrong way. Man, Not that it's wrong to use the minor blues scale, which is what most teachers are teaching to play over this. Yeah, all the notes sound great. It's a great intro scale, but we should know the major blues scale because the major blues scale is the same as the minor blues scale, relatively. There's another musical word that you might need some direction on here in the future. So, the major blues scale. I want you to use the major blues scale to start working on this scale section of maintenance. So your major blues scale maintenance, we are actually going to be learning. Let's see, C major. No, not C. Concert B flat major blues. Pretty easy, right? All right. Our fundamental. We're actually gonna, change this around a little bit as we're walking through here. Let's make our fundamental that new thing that we don't really know yet, the major blues scale, concert B flat major blues, and the thing that we should know already, being a musician that's studying jazz. If you're understanding some stuff about jazz, you really should already know your major scales, of course, but the major pentatonic scales. So we're going to be talking about the major pentatonic scales. That way, when we get to the fundamental section, we can create this concert B flat major blues scale a little easier, right? So we're going to talk about the major pentatonic scales in all 12 keys. If you guys are a beginning musician, pick one key and just nail it this week. I would recommend the concert B flat key, major key. Yeah. So we got our fundamentals done. That's the third section of the practice. We're going on to number 4. Number 4 is always etude or solo etude, right? Transcription is really what it is. As level 1, kind of stuff we're talking about, we're not going to actually transcribe a solo yet. We're going to jump in here. I want you to transcribe Blue Friday melody, right? That means the melody that they play on the very beginning of the song and the very end. I think it goes like. It's pretty simple. It's a 12 measure phrase. They actually repeat it twice. So yeah, transcribe Blue Friday melody, and that's going to be one of the things we start working on next week in our practice sessions. I'm going to give you some ideas and ways to work that up, right? Okay. Next, we did transcription, which is etude, or if you're in the classical world, or looking at my lesson plan that was issued in that in my previous video about lesson plans and practicing. Yeah, jump in there and see. Oh yeah, etude is more of the classical way of thinking about it. For me and for jazzers, I think etude is the study of playing studies, and for us, studies is transcribing people's melodies and solos and transcribing in general, just playing that kind of stuff. Notice all this stuff I kind of do by ear, but if you join the NM Music Lessons, what is it called? Oh, the Practice with Nick on a weekly basis. It's $2 a week. You get all the materials. I'm going to write out all this stuff in a concert sheet and a B flat sheet and an E flat sheet and an A flat, whatever key you want. If you have a special request, hit me up and I'll transpose it for you quick. But more importantly, I really want you guys to be using that by ear and transcribing it by ear. So we're going to be doing it together a lot over the over the next week or so, and the cool thing is you'll be able to ask questions on these live sessions, or if you're not on the live session, you can put it down in the comments, and I'll try to answer these questions the best I can, or answer them on the next live broadcast, which should be the next day. So, we got transcribed. We're transcribing the melody to Blue Friday by Kenny Dorham. It's on his, what album is it on? Look that up and let me know. I just can't remember the album off the top of my head. It's one of my favorite tunes. It's super fun, super easy. It's grooving. It's swinging. It has that shuffle feel. Oh, Yeah. So transcribe. We did a little bit of transcribing. Solo time, right? So, yeah, solo is your the solo that you're practicing. So we're actually going to be doing a bunch of different exercises for solo. One is progression, root progression, improvisation. I think one of the easiest ways that students get mixed up with um, being able to improvise a lot over these songs and learning this stuff is it seems overwhelming, and I remember being there. It was overwhelming when you didn't knew when you knew nothing and you needed to do more than that. So the root progression improvisation this week is it's pretty easy. Like I said, you just use the root progression in any rhythm you want. Hopefully, choose a rhythm that sounds pretty jazzy and try to purposely play that rhythm. So we're gonna use boo do dat, boo do dat, and we're gonna go through the. You can go through the root progression and improvise with that rhythm, and so use that rhythm primarily. But then we're gonna like add in our own improvisational elements. 2, 3. Sorry if you hear my dog. He's kind of chilling down there. He usually goes outside when I play a lot, but he doesn't want to go outside right now. He likes to complain about when I play trumpet. So we got root progression, improvisation, and we got, let's see what else we got here. 2. Let's go through the solo. When we shed our solo, it doesn't mean necessarily we're going to do a lot of improvisation to shed. So I really want you to do the triads, right, of the major blues progression. And like I said, if you sign up on my website, www.nm-music.org, it's $2 a week. It's a subscription fee. You get access to all the files where I'll have all this written out, all the exercises written out. You just kind of, it pops up in your inbox. You hit the download button, and you have this folder. Actually, it's going to a shared folder with all my students and everyone that's joining in, with all the information and all the materials that we're using, whether it's the materials I've made ahead of time or if the materials that we're making in the live video itself and adding that exercise to it. Say I write exercise 3, and that's the triads of the major blues, just to write it out, just so you guys can see it and practice it later, and understand what's going on. Say we make an alteration to it. I can call it 3A or 3B or 3C, however many alterations we make to this live progress in exercise, live exercise, I should say. All right, so we got the triads of the major blues progression is going to be your next assignment. 3 is going to be, let's see, got to be creative here and think of something new for 3. Let's do triads backwards. Descending triads? No. 2 on, 2 off. No. Yeah, 2 on, 2 off with the major blues scale, right? But before we do that, we need to do the differences in triads. Actually, no, that will be covered over there. Thanks for chilling with me and understanding and helping me to write this plan. Like I said, if you guys are just joining up there, my name is Nick McLean. This is the NM Music live stream where we talk about anything and everything related to being a modern musician. This show, every day at 3:30, is all about learning jazz and learning how to play trumpet per se, but almost any instrument. I'm going to release all of my materials in multiple formats. And as you go through, you can join on www.nm-music.org for $2 a week to get all the materials emailed to you ahead of time. That way you can practice with us throughout the week. These are basically $2 a week for a jazz lesson. You will not find this anywhere else. I guarantee that. And if you guys are enjoying this, send me some videos, show me your progress, show me your whatever you guys are thinking with going on with our lessons. All right, so we got the 2 on, 2 off. That is a special practice technique that I've learned back in my master's degree a couple years ago, and it's a great way to learn how to phrase and to use a skill that you've been practicing, but using that skill with some breaks, two off. You'll see what I mean when we get there next week. Remember, we start February 18th with our first official show. 4. The fourth exercise is to, let's see, we did triads, we did 2 on, 2 off, the major blues progression, and I want to make sure that you guys are able to, actually at this point, 2 on, 2 off with major blues mixed with the triadic improvisation. All right, that leads us to number 6. 6 is our book, our lesson book. Whew. And if you check it out, on the internet and see our videos about writing a lesson plan and working through this, a lot of things are different, but the same, coming from the jazz musician side to the classical musician side, or the other way around. In the classical musician side, you definitely have a book that you can learn. So our book this week is going to be an etude that I specifically write for you. It's just a 1 measure solo using the improvisational elements that we have chosen to work on for this lesson. So here is etude, or book is just the sample chorus, 1 chorus sample. There we go. Yeah, I feel like we have a pretty good lesson plan here, something that's going to get the job done to accomplish our goal of learning the major blues progression and improvise a little bit over the top of it. Of course, that's going to be the fun part. The hard part is actually learning the major blues progression and using some scales, some chords, and all that, sitting down and being dedicated to learning this. All right, so just to finish up today's little lesson, the whole overview of these lessons right now is, 1, we are starting on February 18th with our new show here on this channel to feature a new practice plan every single week. And every single week I'm going to get on every day from 3:30 to whenever and practice with you guys, answer questions, try to stay on track with our practice plan, but if we get off track, that's cool too. I'm going to answer these questions. We're going to pick one of these subjects every single day. Like I said a couple times in the video in the past, if you go to www.nm-music.org, hit the store at the button, the button at the top, the store, and scroll down, you can join the Practice with Nick session every single week. It's $2 a week. You get the materials forwarded to your email every Sunday night. So on Monday, you have them ready to go. Monday's never too hard to practice. So actually, is it going to be Sunday night? It might actually be Friday. Who knows? As we get things up and rolling here, let me know, as we get things going, let me know which one works better for you guys as far as getting, a couple days jump start on next week's practice. Maybe it will be every day, for every Friday at 3:30. I send out at the end of the lesson video at 3:30. I'll send it out. So I hope that you join us. I hope some of the stuff we work on will help you, and I hope you guys will bring a friend, tell us about this, load the video up in your practice room if you guys are interested in joining and learning jazz. This is for all levels of musicians, especially trumpet players. I'll be able to answer the most about the trumpet instrument, but anything about jazz, I'm happy to help you guys with. Anything about music, really, if you have even some classical stuff that you want to work on, bring it in here. It's all the same. It uses the same theory, the same notes. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for helping me with making my first lesson plan here. This is the NM Music Channel. My name is Nick McLean, and we talk about anything and everything related to being a modern musician. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3:30. I haven't picked out what we're going to do tomorrow, so